Welcome to the Loveland Report and Loan Arranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's best real estate planner, alongside Bruce Woodburn, the loan arranger. And I've got some news and updates on the real estate market this week. Bruce is going to give us all of our mortgage news. We're going to talk about how the nationwide news is talking about how home sales are plummeting. 2025 tax planning. Everybody's, especially if you're self-employed, you're doing all those gathering of documents and getting ready to sit down with your accountant. Expireds and withdrawals. Believe it or not, no matter what kind of market we're in, 10% of the homes out there, the sellers give up every month, about 10% of them every month, about 1,000
That's because they have bad realtors.
Well, we'll talk about some of the causes and some of the fixes on that. And what's going on with you this week, Bruce?
Well, we had a great week on the bond market.
So we're 5.25?
We're definitely not 5.25. We're
Maybe
definitely not
maybe
5.25. But here's what you do. Here's what we do have. We are trending in the right direction. We saw a major improvement in the bond market. That has definitely helped interest rates. So I'm still not encouraging people that want to reduce their rate on a refi to refinance right now.
Yeah.
I'm not encouraging them to do it because I think we could see a little bit more of improvement, but I am strongly encouraging people that need debt consolidation to do it now.
Yeah.
Because we don't know if or when rates are going to drop. I think they're going to get better, but it could be 18 months from now.
Yeah.
But we're trending in the right direction. Now, I know Trump is putting pressure on the Fed to reduce interest rates.
Actually, that didn't help.
I don't want him to do it.
Yeah, that didn't
Just
help.
leave it well enough.
The bond
alone.
market is what needs to do well. The bond market.
But how do we stimulate the bond market? We have to reduce inflation.
Yep.
Now, you have to remember, as Trumpsters as we are, and we're all about the Trumpster, he will stimulate the economy. That could stimulate the stock market, and that could make rates
there's always
worse.
a push and pull.
There always is.
Yep.
So there's no guarantee, but we did see an improvement. I'm super excited about it. We locked a lot of folks in, but if you're looking to refinance to reduce your rate, reduce your payment, or eliminate PMI, get on my VIP list. I created a VIP list for my clients only, but I've added my radio listeners on there. If you're looking for debt consolidation, definitely call me immediately at 407-250-9144.
So
that's 407-250-9144.
So are we running in the low sixes, mid sixes about?
You're running in the mid sixes right now for decent credit, but I'm buying it down into the low sixes.
But here's the thing. They need to talk to you now to be ready when that happens.
Absolutely.
And do an application at webringyouhome.com because you got to get everything in.
Absolutely.
And it's funny, Bruce. I had you rescued a loan for me last month, and the one thing everybody complains about on the mortgage, oh my God, so much papers. And then death by 1,000 cuts. They never stopped asking for papers.
Right.
They don't have that problem with you because you get everything.
Well, we get everything we can up front as much as we can. If I'm going to get a complaint from a client, it's going to be, wow, you asked for a lot of paperwork.
Well, you want to know what type of loan. And
you know what else I want? I don't want my clients to be getting phone calls the day of closing going, oh, the underwriter wanted your updated pay stub. Oh, your underwriter asked for the divorce decree. And that's why 60% of people, their mortgages crash and burn because the loan officer is afraid to inconvenience the customer.
I just had somebody, and this is why it's so important. Realtors, just call Bruce. Have your clients call Bruce. It saves yourself a lot of trouble.
That's a good idea.
I had one that swore their lender was going to get it done. Well, the guy lied to us.
Oh, he was even sending you DU approvals over.
And that's things like that. So, but there was no loan there. And that's what you told me after a couple of days of looking at it. And there's no loan there. We took their deposit.
Well, it took me 2 days to get a hold of her. It took me 5 minutes to determine he didn't have a deal.
But this is the thing that I don't want to take a buyer's deposit.
No,
but they wasted our time. We gave them every chance to take
every chance.
They wasted, and we didn't take all of it. We took some of it. And like Bruce, in my 33 years of real estate, I maybe had to go after somebody's deposit like 3 or 4 times. That's usually somebody walked away. Knucklehead bought a car day before closing and cost the whole deal. Right. And I'm like, look, you're going to give us something because you cost us time off the market. So that's what's important. And then also big deposits. This is one. Let me jump onto that real quick. When you get I like to get 2 months mortgage payments, Bruce. And if they're cash, I still like 2 months mortgage payments.
You mean for what? An
earnest money deposit up front. That gets rid of all the chicken littles, willy-nilly buyers, like all these people with all these fearful questions. $500,000, I got that in my wallet. And
you know what? I agree with you. And I even think that's low. I think and I'm not in your shoes. So you're the professional when it comes to that. But when I see a buyer, let's say you're putting 20% down.
Yeah.
If you found a house that you really liked, put 20% in escrow. when you make your
that
offer.
shows you're serious.
It shows that you're going to
Very
move
serious.
to the top of the
But I usually see about 1%, and I like to get about 2 or 3%. I just haven't had people walk on that.
Well, people don't lose their money when they make
If they don't like the inspection, they get it back. If they don't, if they, for some reason, something changes, they lost their job, they didn't get the loan. But that's what's important about me up front. I don't have those deals that fall apart. I don't have deals that fall apart the day before closing.
No, well,
I have, and that's because we do the homework, and I make sure we're talking to lenders.
And you vet the lender.
It's funny. I've had lenders complain that we harass them. I'm like, well, if you would respond to our emails and tell us what's going on, as per the contract, it says in the contract, buyer's lender will update the selling agent. It says that in there.
As they should.
As they should. And
so we, as you know, Cleve knows, when you do a mortgage with us, the realtors and the client get an email with a complete file update every single Tuesday. Every Tuesday, you're going to get an update without fail. As a matter of fact, I make a promise to my buyers and sellers that if you don't get a Tuesday update, I will give you a $500 credit off your mortgage. So you have to get a Tuesday update. And if something were to happen that needed a conversation between Tuesday and Monday, we're still going to address the issue. But communication is everything. It's everything. I mean, we're married men.
It's very
we
important.
know how important communication is.
Yes, words, lots of words. Actually, I can say happy anniversary to my wife. I got 18 years coming up with her. She's put up with me.
Good for you.
Brenda Lee, smartest woman.
Well, you can reach Cleve right now at 407-352-8118. That's 407-352-8118. You can wish him happy anniversary. Or if you want a great real estate agent to come out to your home, evaluate your home, give you all the tips on how to get the most money for it, go through his 50-point checklist. Cleve Loveland Properties, been in the business for over 30 years. And I'm telling you something, you won't find a better agent to list your home with. And you just won't.
One thing which I jumped in talking about, the home sale. I saw an article here out of Fox Business talking about how home sales fall to the lowest level in nearly 30 years.
I don't know where they're talking about. My numbers just said they went up 6%.
Well, that's why you got to always watch. This was nationwide, and inventory nationwide is up, but the lowest sales in nearly 30 years. Now, Central Florida, these sales are about the slowest we've had in about 15.
Yes,
because of after the bubble. But our population has grown so much. I mean, I remember talking on the radio 30 years ago about how Orlando had a population. The greater Central Florida area was about 1 million.
Yes,
I think now we're pushing 2.5 or something
probably.
Like that. So, but that's why you always got to watch what's going on there, and then you got to talk about your market. I had 2 condo owners, same part of town this morning, and 2 different parts of town. One downtown Orlando, one over Metro West. One was in a definite buyer's market. 30 homes, same price, same size, around the same, like 30 homes competing. You had to be the sharpest looking one.
The other one's in the seller's
The other
market?
one downtown, same kind of price point, but because it's downtown, a little more expensive, there's nobody. There's 3 other condos around like that. So you got to know that market, and your agents have to be smart enough to say that. Not just like when you say, hey, I haven't heard from you in 4 weeks. What are we doing to sell my home? And they go, oh, let me put up some balloons on the mailbox. I'll do an open house this weekend. Not 4 of your neighbors just sold. 2 of the realtors that came through didn't like it. One bought one down the street because it was about 300 square feet bigger. That's the kind of feedback you need, because Bruce, you and I
agree,
and the seller, we don't control the market.
No,
your market value is what you walk away from the closing table with. That's one of the first lessons my mom gave me when I got in this business 33 years ago. And that's why you got to watch who went to closing. Well, what about my neighbor who's asking 500 down the street? Why am I not selling?
Well, he's got 400 square feet more than you, and he's got a pool,
or he's been on the market for 6 months. Doesn't matter what you're asking. You got to watch what they're closing.
The market dictates your price. The realtor only interprets it.
And a good realtor, your real estate planner, will show you where you need to be to get that offer.
Absolutely.
So any questions or anything like that, you can call me at 407-352-8118. So bonds have settled down.
Bonds have improved.
Rates have settled down.
Rates are
probably
coming
the best
down
rates since
bit.
October. We dipped into the 5s in October.
But that was a temporary thing.
But just a little bit. But you had rates running low 6s.
Yep.
So we need another good month on the bond market.
We need to continue to do this next week.
All right.
We can continue to have these improvements. We're going to start to see more comfortable 6s.
You know, what's funny, Bruce, is, the 5 Ds we talk about. All right, well, let's go through them. We
diamonds,
got diamonds, diapers, divorce. We got death and downsizing. Not in that order, but all those things are still happening in Central Florida. But what I've seen,
they're always happening.
They're always
happening all over the world.
And that's what keeps the market going. There's no speculation out there. There's no, people moving just because it's fun, like it was during COVID when, my mortgage payments, I'm going to get a bigger house and for more money and my rate's going to go down. There's none of that happening right now. But all these things that are going on, people need to watch what their plans are and figure out what that is. If you're thinking about moving this year, give me a call. The market is still going on. And I just talked to somebody yesterday. They're like, well, should we pull the house off the market because we haven't had any offers? I said, no, let's adjust our price a little bit. We had this kind of feedback. They're buying again.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you wait for that house to come up to that price, the one they're buying is going up just as much. Actually, I'd say even more, because they were downsizing from the big home to a smaller home, a starter home. And those appreciate faster than the $700,000 home.
Absolutely.
So that's what's important about having a good real estate planner helping you out.
Well, I'll tell you something. If you're also looking to purchase a new home and you're looking for new construction, I want to talk to you about my friends at Trinity Family Builders. They've got communities out in St. Cloud. They've got a 6-bedroom, 4-bath home that they sell in St. Cloud. Beautiful. Now, if you're looking in Leesburg, you're looking in Claremont, Mineola, Groveland, Trinity Family Builders, go see my friends, Allison Stagg, or go see Sandra Call out there at Ridgeview, or Larry Allison out at Trinity Lakes. I was out there this week a couple times. They've got great homes, beautiful communities, brand new construction. And when you go there, they will pay all your closing costs, and you can use a loan arranger for your financing. How do you like that?
That's just incredible what you can do. I mean, these builders have the horsepower to do that because they're building hundreds of homes every month.
More inventory in right now.
Yeah.
They had a really good year. Last year was their first year back, because before that they were Hanover Family Builders and then Royal Oak Homes and Cambridge Homes. So they had an amazing first year right out of the gate, and in a down market, they did very, very well. So now we got a brand new year. Interest rates are improving. They're paying all your closing costs. Realtors, get out and see my friends at Trinity Family Builders. Tell them the loan arranger sent you. So I've got, we talked about interest rates dropping. We talked about don't refinance unless you're trying to do debt consolidation. But I want to tell you about an FHA program. So FHA is a 3.5% down program, right? So, but it gives you a great deal of flexibility when it comes to credit, when it comes to debt ratio.
Yep.
But some folks just don't even have the 3.5%, or they can't have enough for the 3.5% and their closing costs. So we put together a combo loan where I'll do the 3.5% down FHA loan, and I'll get you 3.5% as a second mortgage on the side to cover your down payment.
And so this is like the old days of the 80-20s and the 90-10s.
Very similar.
I remember getting those on investment properties. That was fun. Who misses 2007 and 2006?
So you got to have at least a 620 score.
Okay.
We got to keep the debt ratio.
Pay your bills on
50%.
time. You'll have a 620. Yeah.
Your second mortgage will be a 2% interest rate higher than the first mortgage, but
understood.
It also has no prepayment penalty on it.
What's the AM on it?
It's 10 years amortization.
Okay.
It's a 10-year ammo.
That's awesome.
And you're getting all your, so listen, your payments are going to be a little bit higher because you're not putting anything down.
Yeah.
Right.
But that'll disappear.
It'll disappear. You just take that 10-year second and hammer it off in 3 years. And now you got tons of equity.
Here's the thing. If you're renting a house, my average rent right now, Bruce, is about $2,500 on a 3-2, 15, 16, 1,700 square feet with a 2-car garage in a good area. You're in the 2,500 range.
Absolutely.
And so
you can't, it's hard to get a mortgage in the 2,500.
It is. And then the 300, the $3,000 properties, the rents are climbing and they've slowed down. The climb has slowed down, but that's still, let's say it's 30, 40,000 a year you're throwing away on rent.
Absolutely.
So, and then by the time you pay off, let's say you pay out, you send an extra $1,000 a month, you'll have that paid off within 2 years on that down payment, just about.
That's true.
So, that's where you gain equity on something like that. So,
well, and we're encouraging you to do that because we are wealth builders. We want you to, oh my God, we got a break to go. We want you to stay tuned. We'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report, the Loan Arranger Show.